Hey guys, welcome to ETland, and I hope I didn't bother you to listen to that bubble wrap sound because I love it so much and I decided to enter this video a little bit later to let you hear that sound. And yes, this is my Miyoo Mini Plus review at the end of 2023. At the time I'm filming this is November, and I know I am very late to the team, but it is also worth to mention that there are a few changes in the latest batch of Miyoo Mini Plus, so maybe it is also worth to take a look at my review to see what's changed. First of all, I want to thank Litnxt for sending me this Miyoo Mini Plus ear. It comes with the stickers that you can use on your Miyoo Mini that I'm showing you right now, and it also comes with the SD card with Onion OS 4.2 installed on it. It has already configured all the emulators and you do not have to do anything. So the manual here is not going to be used because you don't even have to know anything on it. You just have to turn on your device with that Onion OS card and then boom, you are good to go. You can play instantly. So here is my white unit. If you are buying it from Litnxt with the Onion OS, they have already put the SD card into your device, and if you are going to buy it from the link below, you will get 15% off. But anyway, my first impression about the Miyoo Mini is that the buttons are super good. They feel like a Nintendo Switch. They are not too soft and not too hard. They are clicky enough but not hard to press. And I don't know why the ABXY buttons have to be glossy, but I'm going to swap them anyway. At the back we have triggers and the battery cover. I actually like the triggers a lot because they are angled in a way that your fingers are going to place comfortably and you are not going to mistakenly press any of them because you know exactly which is which. Okay, so here is the footage of me turning on the Miyoo Mini Plus the first time. I didn't actually expect that it would be such a smooth plug and play experience because I have never had such an experience. Think about ROG Ally, Retro Pocket 2 Plus or 2, and also Ionel Air or Ionel Air Pocket. They took me like a few days to configure. Even for ROG Ally, it took me like a week and a half. This is actually my first Linux handheld and I didn't expect it to be so smooth, and I really like this experience. So you may question, why don't we use the original OS instead of Onion OS? Well, that is also something that we do not have to configure, but Onion OS has a better capability. We have more themes just like we are showing right now, and we have more emulators on Onion OS. So let me give you an example. NDS with Drastic emulator was not available on the original OS, but recently been ported to Onion OS. And that is not available on Onion OS 4.2, which is the current version. However, Litnxt has already added it for their customers on the Onion OS SD card, so this is super convenient if you have no idea how to add it. But if you are already having your Onion OS card with you, you can also add it on your own. And if you do not want to do that, we also see that there will be an update for Onion OS 4.3 and it will be there at the very beginning. What I really like about the Onion OS SD card that came with this device from Litnxt is that they actually made some modification based on the Onion OS 4.2.0 RC. What that means is that it includes some of the most important fixes that will be included in the 4.2.0 final, like the EasyNet Play update and the updated scraper. On the other hand, just like I mentioned previously, they also added Drastic NDS emulator to the Onion OS, and they have also configured these overlaid on the Drastic emulator, which makes it look a lot better when you play. It is actually not that difficult to do, but it is super time consuming, and for some people that are not that tech savvy, it may be too complicated. Even for me as a YouTuber that makes a lot tutorial for my viewers and talk about many tech stuff, I just feel like this is, for God's sake, it is a lot easier, and I have never had such a smooth experience. The Litnxt team also makes some fine-tune on Scrum VM standalone emulator, PCS6 standalone emulator, GPSP, as well as other things, for example, updating some BIOS and stuff like that. Now I want to address one interesting issue. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but in my own eyes, I don't know why, but I feel like the Miyoo Mini Plus has a bigger screen in comparison to Retro Pocket 2 Plus. So here is my Retro Pocket 2 Plus. This one used to be a Retro Pocket 2, but I just swapped the screen. But anyway, they are supposed to have 3.5 inches screen, both of them. But no matter how I see it, the ratio on the Miyoo Mini Plus and the size of the Miyoo Mini Plus screen is looking a lot better and bigger. I don't know why. This is so interesting. Maybe that's just an illusion of a vertical device versus a horizontal device, but I don't know. Also, I like the fact that the color on Miyoo Mini Plus looks more vibrant in comparison to Retro Pocket 2 Plus. Okay, so now I want to talk about the performance of Miyoo Mini Plus. Well, first of all, this is a super small device without any joysticks, so obviously it is not going to support anything that are fancy. But as a device that small and with this vertical form factor, this is one of the best Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance device that I have ever used. And I really mean it because, well, you probably can tell my age. I am kind of from the GBA and NDS era as well as PSP era, so I really have a lot interest in Game Boy Advance game, and this is actually the perfect device that can bring back my childhood. Surprisingly, Miyoo Mini Plus also performs well on PlayStation games. Yes, that surprised me a lot because I also emulate PlayStation games on my 3DS. You'll get a lot of hiccups and sound issue, and many games do not run. Well, of course, the performance of PlayStation games on the 3DS is not that bad, but in comparison to Miyoo Mini Plus, I think the performance on Miyoo Mini Plus is a lot better and less setup is required, so I prefer playing PlayStation games on Miyoo Mini Plus than that of my 3DS. In terms of the performance of NDS games, since the emulator port is still under development, it is still not super stable, but there are many games that are playable on it, and it surprised me a lot. However, I still see the ability of playing NDS game on Miyoo Mini Plus is just a bonus because it is so small. Sometimes you just cannot see what is on the second screen, and also there were many games require touch control, and it is just not very possible to do that on your Miyoo Mini Plus. Although you can call the pen icon and to use it as a touch control, but this is not very desirable. Now let's talk about what I like and dislike about Miyoo Mini Plus. First of all, you can tell that I have already swapped my buttons in this footage, and what I like the most about Miyoo Mini Plus is that the community support of this device is supreme. You can find any kind of goods like some accessories, some buttons, and any kind of mod stickers and stuff like that for this device, and it just make the possibility of customization a lot larger. If you have been following my channel, you know that I love customization, and this is just really something I wanted to do with this device. And the next video I'm working on is completely about customization of Miyoo Mini Plus. And now let me show off the case from Yume Retro. She is my friend and she makes a lot of beautiful cases for different kinds of retro devices. And if you are interested in this case, please go over to her Etsy shop and take a look. This is perfect fit and there are many different colors option, so I strongly recommend that. And you can see that it is not bulky at all. It is just a perfect fit of your device. I personally do not like those bulky cases, and I think a soft case would be too weak for this device. So I really recommend this case here. Look at it. It just fit perfectly. Apart from the community support that this device have, I also love the buttons. They are not too hard and not too soft. And I also love that it can easily put to sleep and resume to what you have been playing. Sometimes when you are queuing at a line and suddenly there is something bothering you, you have to put down your device. This feature is super handy. In addition, I also like how small it is, because sometimes when girls use a small purse, it just fit perfectly into our small purse and I don't have to worry that I have nothing to kill my time. Although it is super small and the battery is just about 3000 mAh, since we are just playing lower end stuff, the battery life would be about 5 to 6 hours, which is super great because our PC handhelds can only last about 1 to 2 hours. And speaking of battery, here comes my biggest complaint about this device. I tried different chargers to charge up this device, and apparently not every single one of them work. Seems like a charger with a bigger output would not work, and USB-C to USB-C cables are not going to work. As a bonus to everyone who is patient enough to watch till the end, I'm going to talk about what has changed to the latest batch of Miyoo Mini Plus. I don't know if you can tell from this video here. If you take a good look, you can see that there is no screws in the middle. And if you take a good look, there are clips at the side which were not exist in the previous versions of Miyoo Mini Plus. The best explanation for these changes here is that first, you can reduce the man-hour for tightening 2 screws, and second, you can reduce the cost of that 2 screws. Adding these clips to the side is not going to require a higher cost. Instead, it is probably going to be almost the same cost as it used to be, but you can now reduce the cost for the man-hour as well as the screws itself. If you're not going to mod your device, there is no impact to you. However, if you want to mod your device, this is actually getting more difficult for us. If you are interested in knowing how difficult it became, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned because my next video will be about customizing my Miyoo Mini Plus. And that's all for this video. See you next time. Bye!